What's up, YouTube? Roger Ratchet coming back at you again. Today we're going to be adjusting wheel bearings on a 2022 Big Tex trailer with Dexter Easy Lube axles. Yeah, not a job that I care to just jump right into either. I mean, it's easy peasy, just a little greasy. But okay, yeah, I know we've seen it all, you know, I mean, we've all seen it at least once, you know. Somebody sitting on the side of the highway because their wheel fell off of the trailer because they didn't adjust their axle bearings. Well, I've got a couple hundred miles on this trailer, maybe a little more. But as you can see, I've got some loose bearings and need to adjust those and make sure that we keep our tires in place. So what we're going to be needing to do this is a screwdriver with a sharp point to get our cap started off, a hammer, a ratchet, a torque wrench, and a 1.5 inch socket. That's all we need to adjust our bearing. Of course, jack to jack it up off the ground. But after we get our bearings adjusted, we've got to grease them. And for that, on this particular application, I'm using the Adam Lube Ultra Heavy Duty Red Grease. That is one of the recommended greases for this axle. So, first of all, we've got our axle jacked up in the air. And in order to get our screwdriver behind the cap lip, we got to get it started, which is where our pointy screwdriver comes in. It's just to pull it out enough to where we can get our regular screwdriver behind it. So, let's go in at sort of an angle. We don't want to poke any holes in our cap here. We just want to put pressure between it and the hub to get it started out a little bit. And yes, guys, I'm trying not to put any bends in it, so that's why I'm trying to be a little easy on it. And it looks like we may have enough room there. Or not. We'll give her a little bit more. And we'll come around a little farther. Get a little bit over here. Now we should have enough room to get our regular screwdriver in there. Oh yeah, looky there. You just put your screwdriver in there and twist. Just go around. You don't want to pull it off all on one side because you don't want to bend your cup. And pulling that off is that easy. So we'll set that somewhere where we don't get dirt or grass or any foreign objects in it. Then we need a rag. Just an old grease rag, an old t-shirt, just anything will do. We need to come in here and just wipe some grease out of our way. Now, we've got some grease out of the way. You can see this little metal piece here. That is what holds our nut in place on the Easy Lube axle. You just take this screwdriver into that big slot and just twist. Just slide him right off of there and we'll set him over here. Now, this nut is, yes fellas, I can loosen it up with my fingers. Don't worry, it wasn't about to fall off. That's the way these bearings are made. So, Now we need our 1.5 inch socket and our torque wrench. I already have this torque wrench set at 50 foot-pounds, which is what it calls for. And what we're going to do is we're going to tighten this nut up to 50 foot-pounds. Once it hits 50 foot-pounds, then we're done with our torque wrench. And there it is, 50 foot-pounds. Now we're going to take our socket off of our torque wrench, put it on a ratchet. Now what we're going to do is take the torque off of it. Now it says to turn the tire as you're torquing it up, but I've come to find out that makes little difference. But if it makes you feel better, go ahead and do that. But yeah, we'll take our torque off of it, and then we just simply hand tighten. Now we got it hand tightened. In here we've got a piece of flat metal sticking down. We need that flat metal on the flat side of our bolt here. So we put this up here, and does it meet up with our flat land? Yes, it does. So since how that matched up and it went on there, we don't have to loosen it anymore. But if it doesn't quite line up, you can loosen it up just a touch. Just, that little bit of extra slop isn't going to hurt a thing. Now that we've gotten that far, we need our cap back. We just slide our cap on there as good as we can by hand, and just simply take our screwdriver and our hammer, go around the outside on the lip. Don't do it out here, guys. You don't want to bend that in there. Do it on the lip. The lip was meant for this. That's why the manufacturers put it on there. We get this drilled all the way in here. Get it tight all the way around. Yes, new trailer. Sometimes it takes a little while to get it in there, but it goes fairly easy. Now we're done with our adjustment. We just take this little rubber plug out, and as you've seen when I had it apart before, we got a little grease fitting there. That's the Easy Lube axles. Now with our handy grease gun, and by the way, fellas, this grease gun is equipped with the Lock and Lube grease fitting coupler. Now this is the first time I've used this, so this is going to be a new experience for me and all you guys out there that's never used one before. So what you're supposed to do, push this lever down, put it on a grease fitting, let off of the lever, and sure enough, it's locked on there. So now what we do is we spin this wheel as we're pumping grease into that bearing. Sorry fellas, my grease gun doesn't want to work today. I think it's time for a new one. But we just pump grease in it as we're turning the wheel. We want the grease to go in there evenly all the way around. And yes guys, use the manufacturer recommended grease. It does affect your warranty. And if you're out of warranty, still use recommended grease. They want you to use that grease for a reason. We don't want to lose any more wheels going up and down the road. And this one's taking quite a bit of grease. And looks like we have a hub full of grease. Yes, we do. So you noticed I didn't have to hold my hose on that grease fitting. We just push our lever, pull it back off. Then we take our cap, put it back on there. Yep, easy peasy, just a little greasy. We take our grease rag, wipe a little bit of it off of us, wipe everything excess off of the hub. Let your jack down and we're good to go. Now we just have to do it to the other 3 wheel bearings. So yeah, fellas, it's a pretty easy job. So yeah, let's not lose any more tires going down the highway. Let's adjust our bearings. With that said, until next time, I'm Roger Ratchet, and thank you for watching.